Hello and welcome to another video, and today I'm just going to quickly show off my my kind of updated Lyuda Moze for Mayhem 4. So this is basically my goal was to make a non-splash grenade chucky Moze, both viable and fun. Now just a heads up, this isn't a raid build. The hounds, they get too close for the Lyuda, but outside of the takedown, this build can pretty much tackle anything, and it's a ton of fun. It's all around the Lyuda and having infinite ammo in such a powerful gun, and it's so much fun. So to get in, of course, I'm basing it around the Lyuda, so you will need one of these. Ideally you want a huge mag size on it, or 20 plus, low damage, high mag, and this will allow us to sustain infinite ammo without terror. And that's the important thing, that it's infinite ammo without terror, because screw terror on Moze, honestly. The best anoint to get on these guns are going to be for the on action skill end. The next two magazines will have 50% bonus elemental damage, and also the bonus damage for a short time for bosses. But for the most part, you want the next two mags, since because we have infinite ammo, it'll last forever as long as you don't change weapon. So those are the ones that you're after. Now I do like the non-elemental ones because they're very versatile in dealing with multiple different, health bar types, so you're not having to swap weapons all the time, which is important because if you swap weapons, you lose your anoint. So those are the guns, and of course, by having 4 Vladov weapons equipped, our match set bonus is going to be much higher. Of course, there's room for a good second wind weapon like the ion cannon, which is of course Vladov as well. As for gear, you want a good tanky shield. I'm a huge fan of the recharge armors because we're playing at a further back range, so we're only taking the occasional shot here and there, so the recharger is usually enough to tank on its own. So very, very good shield, I like it a lot. In terms of grenade, the Hex is wonderful because it crits, and crits proc redistribution, which is great for fighting targets that are hard to crit, looking at you nogs. But the important thing here is also the anoint here on grenade throw and increase weapon damage, so we get a burst of damage whenever we need it on throw, but otherwise, not a huge part of the build, use whatever. As for the artifact, there's 2 very important things here, and one is magazine size, plus 40%, and slide speed. The Lyuda has got like a minimum range, where the shots will split. You always want to be that far away from an enemy, so slide speed is very, very important, and the mag size is going to help our ammo efficiency as well. Now, for class mods, there's lots of choices. Now, Markswoman is a no-brainer. Has redistribution, experimental munitions, and some extra fire rate in there to top it off. Fantastic, fantastic skill, preferably with the magazine size passive. Alternatives are going to be the Minesweeper, which, has redistribution as well and can drop little micronades on crit. The micronades don't really do much, but it's still a bit of fun. Now, one that I've been enjoying recently is a class mod with 5 in Phalanx Doctrine. So ideally you want the Shield Maiden, but before I got this one, I was using a Bloodletter, and even though the Bloodletter kills your tank, in terms of passive regen, it was still fine, and plus 5 in Phalanx Doctrine is a ton of fun, so if you do lose a little bit of ammo efficiency, it's still enough to get through a lot of content, but yeah, you do just gotta be wary when full autoing the Lyuda without stopping, but that is a lot of fun, all in on the Phalanx Doctrine there. So anyway, on to the build. So of course it's a green-red spec, not a single point in blue. Cloud of Lead for ammo efficiency, redistribution for ammo, match set for magazine size, I'm gonna 5 out of 5 that one. Soak the Embers for a little bit of damage. Scorching RPMs to get us down the tree. The reason why I didn't focus Scorching RPMs too much was ammo efficiency, since I do like to run the Phalanx Doctrine setup. So ammo efficiency is struggling, and more fire rate hurts that. But if you're running 2 out of 1 redistribution on one of the other class mods, you can put more points in here from click. Iron Bank, mag size, some for the road to help with bosses, and then of course Forge. Now as I say, if you are running a redistribution class mod, such as the Marksman, then you'll probably want to take the points out of click and into Scorching RPMs. And onto the red tree. Mainly focusing tank here, so we've got armored infantry, which is gun damage and damage resistance. 2 out of 3 thin red line. This gives us the most amount of shields without sacrificing health gate. Now, you really need health gate when we're using a recharger, because if you go all in on deathless setup, the recharger won't work. Now, this build does work with deathless. If you want to go deathless, you can do. I would just recommend a transformer instead of a recharger for that. Drowning Brass for more gun damage. Experimental munitions and full cannon whip pass to make the panic button better. In terms of Behind the Iron Curtain and Desperate Measures, you can go either or, 3 or 2, in either way here. Or you go 3 or 3 and sacrifice the point in Phalanx Doctrine. It's kind of open here. Now, if you're running the setup that I run with only 2 out of 3 thin red line and no deathless, then Desperate Measures is only going to work at 40% capacity, which is still a great skill. Desperate Measures is a huge amount of damage. But just a heads up there, which is kind of why I've gone with more in Behind the Iron Curtain, because I like passive shield regen. But yeah, either way works there. As for the mech, I've just kind of gone the splinter shocks, just so when I jump in and jump out, I can fire it off and just strip a few shields around. But yeah, that's pretty much wraps up the build. I hope you enjoy the gameplay. It's a ton of fun. It's mainly just kind of showing off what I run for Moze. In case people are wondering during my stream. So yeah. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this run of the Trial of Supremacy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Thank you. Next. Come get some. Anybody counting? that.